little bit of presence up in main. And Mouz, there's a curious note about the fall off of all the stars. Those stats brought on screen by our analysts before the game goes live. The statistical anomaly that is the playoffs drop off. It is the guillotine that sits above their heads every time we talk about them. But what about that, huh? How about a tap to the face here in middle? Two kills out for Xertion. Easy first blood. It is still, though, that entry into the A-bomb site, so a little bit of space. And the bomb's been freed up from that mid-play. Although, you lose your donut push, and suddenly MongolZ probably feeling a little bit corralled here on site.
Yeah, this round's a little bit harder. Shuhei getting tapped down means he's got 3 teammates in donut that just are really desperate to try to help out, but don't really need to get into this mix. Senzu pushes for space, and you know what? It becomes awkward for Shuhei with the amount of health left over, and now it does come down to those 3 players left. Have Mouz sat too pretty?
Finish off that deep play.
Man, this mid-round's actually really strong for the MongolZ, but this kill is what matters the most. And now we've got an escape route out the back door.
Look at him go, trying to run through spawn.
He fought his way back in.
Collect the kill from the departure. It's going to put Brolin into a clutch.
Brolin, he desperately wants to get here as soon as possible. This won't be spotted for the moment, and with the bomb plant going down where it is, it's possible Brolin can sneak.
Fires off. Now they know about it. Crossfire soon to be set. He pushes in instead. Oh, and the Berettas fall. 2v4.
2v4.
From the MongolZ in the pistol. And you could just feel that moment on A site where they were squeezed, but then there was this hesitation from Mouz like things were going too well.
But as we can see again, MongolZ identified this one gap and picked on it.
And a nice slow pace to it all. Squeeze water from Stone to pick up pistol instantly. Going to dismantle this mid setup, and this is something that comes in with the buy. Mouz trying to make the most of.
I mean, the audio quality analogy from Maui was perfect in terms of describing what kind of CS we get out of Mouz in situations like this. Now, I'll say that, you know, they've had an excuse or two when it comes to some of their big games in playoffs, and sometimes they have played in front of the crowds and even won. They just haven't been huge. I wouldn't be surprised if Mouz could play well today, but when you start off with a 2v4 on a map that you're already weak on, you knew was coming. They seem to get younger every, new iteration of the lineup. They also haven't played in front of that many big crowds, but they have also taken some small chips. They have played a fantastic elimination stage, which honestly, that was the size of a major grand final in the early years of CSGO. There were a lot of people in the crowd,
Yep. Pistol slipped through your fingers. Time to reclaim what was supposed to be yours.
Maui brought up Xertion specifically, and he's the one who asked the frag.
Beautiful kill. Mac 10.
You can't lose to a Mac 10 from that distance.
That's why Jimmy's going to pick up the slack. Able to hang on to the Heaven Peaks. Instant call from Shuhei to come and join him, but that doesn't deter MZinho at all.
Look at the gap. Shuhei tried to check the right side, and Donut is left wide open. So the CTs are going to peel back. No way that MZinho walks through this.
Insane. And he gets the kill despite having Galil over AK.
Did he know that they were actually nervous about Donut, and that's why he pushed through the smoke? They came to check on him. He wasn't there.
A second jackknife opening. A prospect of it if MongolZ can reclaim this one as well. 2v4 in the pistol, 3v4 here in the 4th round of play. If they can sink their teeth deep into this A site, it's a flashbang for the lane that opens the door for Bomb to cross, but as it hesitates, there's a duel here for the Oppers, and 9-10 versus Torzi will be a conversation as this game goes on. It was key back on Mirage when they last met. MZinho finding himself the last man standing. He is off to a fantastic start this game, 5-1.
Be careful. Where's that bomb at? Right in front of him.
Just scooped it up. And as he comes back with now an AK, that's 2 kills in this clutch.
Don't make another mistake, Mouz.
Oh, God, this shot's so close. Able to get back into the smoke. MZinho tries to chase him. He's created a chance for him to put bomb down uncontested. He scared him off this bomb site.
And the molly's up. Going to put pressure on Torzi to make a move. You know he gets antsy. Has MZinho set the mousetrap?
Tries to keep himself down behind box. At some point, he's going to take that peek. And when he does, it's a win from him. 3v1, and they let this round slide too. Miss smoke as well. CT's miss smoke. Opens the door for Blitz to tap away into the red room. Early errors.
I think MongolZ and Heroic were the two most impressive teams to come out of Elimination. You know, Heroic had a little bit of a longer route. They had to eliminate Na'Vi eventually to get there, as MongolZ clean up here. And I think part of the reason that MongolZ won is because although they got nervous, they beat their nerves in the game. Heroic too. Every time a clutch happened versus Heroic, they bounce back the next round. Mouz have to be looking at rosters like this and thinking, why can't we do that?
Shuhei in the middle though. Ooh, it's a good chance with the deagle kill from Brolin simultaneous. Just too many options, however, for the MongolZ. Evacuation plan put in place with red control. And we get this wide swing to just keep Brolin's hands busy. He will indeed collect another. That's blitz down. And the bomb had used that chance to sprint into the A site, which actually divides the remaining MongolZ members.
Yeah, Zinho really has to take his time here because he doesn't know how Brolin's going to play it. Now,
you know, we can get excited about the Brolin clutch prospect, but the odds are that flank behind him eventually arrives. A smoke in sight, but it's red.
Oh.
Brolin perfectly piecing this together, puts pressure back on 910. And as he taps that bomb once.
Oh, 910 carefully walking through, just hoping that it's a fake.
And as he holds that Glock in hand, Brolin's going to get back on it. 910's about to walk out, and he gets it with the tech. Upgraded pistol makes the difference. It's a denial of Brolin despite his clean read.
Yeah, man, that was a solid read on the flank. The timing. And Brolin's D was not enough. Now we see Blitz sometimes sneak through the elbow smoke. And this time he won't get away with it.
Regardless of the round loss, though, it's a good early sign for Mouz that they've got a little fight in the X Factor. And they go right back down to the bottom of mid, opening kill in the gun rounds.
You got to be very careful here if you're Brolin, because in a 4v5, yeah, it looks like
here's the exec.
The exec is coming.
Full-blown, 3 pieces in position. MongolZ open up the smoke on the top of ramp. They'll disrespect that util. CTs do the same. Xertion, clean headshot onto Techno. Peels from the gunfight. MongolZ not finding footing in sight just yet, but in a moment these fights are going to face them. And if we've seen anything so far from MongolZ, it's once that bomb's down, that's when they pack their punch.
Did a good job scaling, but this should be a very viable retake here for Mouz. They've got good positions to do it.
Oh, now wallbang will certainly help, but those two players line up. 910 on the fallback, cleaned up, and it is Mouz with their first round win.
Wow, it's good to see them win a round that they're supposed to. There's a few situations in this game already that could have gone their way, and I don't want to have to recount them now, but we're talking about a match that has already had multiple man advantages.
And Shuhei yet again going to come through that cave smoke, playing on the opposite side.
Yeah, and this is MongolZ style, is to use tactics that are spawn-based to get any early advantages that they can that are very low risk. Well,
oh, good positioning.
Yep, okay. No flash eaten there. That's another 5v4.
This could continue to end up being a position for Shuhei to exploit, but it's one thing to find an opening, it's another to get away alive, and Senzu makes sure that that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and he's responsible for the bomb. Won't be any lurks on his part. Obviously, we can see from the MongolZ, they're gearing up for what looks like a full A play, but
donut smoke comes down, and that donut rotation is what actually freed up Torji to take the AWP off the line.
There's an extra player towards B. Can Jimpak get anything out of this? He's usually very good on these timing spams.
Thing is, Mzinho's already deep sight. Anchors in behind that sight box. Brolin looking to be flashed up through CT lane. He gets contact and takes one with him. But they don't know about Mzinho. And if they come out through that donut smoke unprepared, we'll see if they can keep the pressure up. Oh, it fades. Oh, the lineup.
Come on.
Oh, third.
That's a sneaky Mzinho. Behind default, they had no idea.
They let him slide in, and he sends him soaring.
Bruh, what a play. I mean, the fact that they tried to put the bomb down that late after the donut smoke went out, as you can see, it was almost as if they just wanted them to come out of donut to fight that plant.
Xertion's gonna have to start taking this game into his own hands. One kill towards elbow will not remain enough. Blitz has found the opening. There's a lineup for him in response, and Techno now fully blind. Pressure's on from Shuhei. Again, fight fire with fire. Senzu dead to the MP9 push.
Oh, okay.
And it's Mouz to get bomb possession. Now they found it. And as that clock hits 40 seconds, he's so uncertain as to all these corners, but as he steps through the door, it is clear. He reads it!
Oh my God.
And he's going to know that that second defender's got to be elsewhere. Takes a glance before going to scoop up bomb, just ensuring that a smoke can guarantee if they doubled up in CT, that won't be problematic.
And the way they played it, they were really worried, but at the moment, there's no chance for a plant on the other side of the map. If no nades come out, they might be worried about this. He's thinking that they're playing it together. Okay, Torzy will grab this.
Mongols decide to smoke off red rooms themselves,
if they want to pierce through middle, they're going to have to do this fast, and Brolin doesn't go down with this. It's 3 players through A. Let's see if he gets spotted. We've seen some shaky sprays from him, but this map has been good.
So he sits tight in this corner. Down to the 20 seconds will go. There's more util, and he peeks in as the nade is being primed. Is it enough? Xerxion's going to know there's pressure on both sides of sight. That mag's already down to 14, so keeping it clean while blind, that's huge. He's got the support of Jimmy right behind him, and it's looking like Xerxion, despite not starting the round in mid, will be good to go.
Round's not over.
Plants bomb, Techno holds
Be careful.
Flank. And as he falls to the last member left, he is going to instantly try to transition this back around through Temple.
The bomb is planted for CT. He could play it from either direction.
And they're not any wiser. They're not looking this way yet. The timing's a T. And as Techno takes one off.
Oh!
It is another 2v4.
And if you're not into Techno, it's time to join the club because he had some low performances in the elimination stage, but here he is in front of the biggest crowd ever, putting together a round like that.
The ideas here from MongolZ are flowing. The answers are easy. But Xerxion trying to dive bomb onto the site like that just to try and stop the planter, open the door for Techno.
That was silly. That was not thinking about...
Gonna try to remain adamant about the mid play as 910 takes a glimpse into B. Would have seen that trajectory, reads it like a book. Brolin buried under the pressure, and it's an instant flood off of the back of that from MongolZ. So the solution was so quickly put in place, and Mouz hanging on for dear life as MongolZ just tear through these bomb sites round after round. They are in it with conviction. Shuhei desperate to find something to pull on.
And look how much
attempts to reopen sight.
How much extra utility they have because they came in off that one pick from 910.
Just the nature of the pressure into Cave, just dogpiling Shuhei behind that box as they're already planting bomb and sit 3 players ahead of the CTs. There is nothing for Mouz to grab as this CT side falls off a cliff.
So we'll see if those were just aberrations or not as we get into this half. But don't tell me they don't need this pistol.
You give it a chance to just charge down through. Donut smoke won't deter them. Beretta's finding its burst. Demzinho showing no sign of slowing down. Traded out by 910 as CT footing insight looked good for a moment, but it does end up getting swept away. We have a response out of Mouz at the very least. Second pistol's theirs for the taking. Leaps and bounds above the rest. Luckily, leaning on young Demzinho to kick it off today.
Love to see moments like this from Techno.
Mid-kill through the red room. That's a red room smoke spam out of nowhere for 910. Mac 10 up next. Luckily for the T's, traded out by Brolin, and they can try to transition into this hit, but 910 is everywhere.
They're getting mauled.
He is on top of them from red into the B play. 3 kills deep for 910, making it look easy as the MongolZ gun round turns this T-half upside down.
Damn, was that supposed to be a scary round for Mouz? Oh my God. And Techno gets into a much cozier position.
Damn
3
right.
players inside B now.
It's a strong MongolZ commitment, and they're about to be tested, but Shuhei at the helm of the charge, and Senzu peels away while he can. We're going to get the util coming out from Mouz to try and guarantee them positioning on site, but again, the pressures has been kept up. Spam all across the map, through walls, through smoke, so be it. Mouz fighting their way into a post plant, but at what cost with this HP?
The plant is huge because we're looking at low utility on the retake. 910, 1 flashbang, that's it. If Mouz are going to lose this round, they're going to fail some gun duels.
I like the spot from Brolin, but he does it on 24 health. And Blitz is going to do the slow burn. When he comes around that corner, though, if he finds timing, you could get Torzy just blasted off of the top box. And, oh, it's from the site that it goes down. Even better.
Perfectly timed.
Brolin gets his one and turns around to try to hold. They know that he's in here, and he's going to have to fight from inside the corner, but locked in.
Wow.
MongolZ to 11.
1 flashbang, and that's all it took to distract 2 Mouz players at the bottom of Banana. They went to look for the fight the top of it, and Blitz used that one flashbang to peek. Mouz need every little bit.
Already in though, fast back to the action. It's a swing out mid. And with it, down to the 4v3 CTs.
Wow, look how
taking an edge.
Man, these defaults from Mouz, they want to use ammo to try to push you off your angles. And MongolZ are saying, no, we'll fight. As long as you just want to raw duel us, we're going to go for it. Scary prospect when you're on T side. It's usually very easy to get the CTs to give up some space.
MongolZ going to be happy with keeping the pressure up. Deep ramp peak, going to find more than just the one. And it's doubled up here by Senzu. Of course, Mzinho still backside, incredibly low HP, but we'll see if Shuhei lets his guard down, gets more concerned about the ramp, but a missed shot, and all of a sudden that door's reopened.
9-10 can't peek.
2 kills out of Torzy, wallbang just off, just enough for Torzy to then peel back. And then a chance here for Shuhei. The Tech-9's nearly pulling this round off. Mouz finally trying to piece together a round with a lesser buy. This started with some sort of Tech-9 rush.
They have time to work with, and Senzu is waiting. They're in a spammable spot. Oh my God, what's gonna happen here?
Save.
Oh, they actually will end up saving. No HP, 3 and 4 here between Senzu and 9-10.
But a threat, of course, from a potential cave push, and that's exactly what we're gonna get from MongolZ. Cave and heaven climb up. Lane players not made comfortable, but that'll certainly help.
They were asking for a duel like that.
Torzy's gonna step up to the plate, give him one to think about. SMG upgraded into the rifle. Techno trying to connect here as the smoke begins to fade, and Xerxin does come out from elbow late. It's Mzinho to throw himself down out of the red room, bringing a player with him, but the tethering coming out from Mouz at the moment looks good. Able to establish a 4 versus 2, but why would you believe that the MongolZ are out just yet?
Yeah, the question is, how do they read this? They know Techno is on this side of the map. If they smoke off short and they have a flash on Yimpat, then they've got a chance, I think, to breach this site safely.
He's going to hang on to that Shuhei ramp push. Here's the players on site. Gets a little fixated on that one, and one missed shot will spell disaster here for 9-10. Could he have? Absolutely. You'd be a fool not to believe him. But Mouz slow burn around into the site. So we're looking at this all-in A-rush, looking to bully the less buy of MongolZ.
All the CTs are here.
Look at him swarm over, and straight up Mzinho just wins the USP kill, plus the damage. If they think this site is clear, they are wrong. And there's an AK for Techno!
Don't make a mistake!
All he needs is that one gun in the opening! Stops through them with ease!
Techno second to the top of the board. How do you like that beat?
How foolish do Mouz feel?
Oh man, just a full-on A-rush. Every single CT was already here at this moment. The first USP kill slowed them down, so their flashes weren't even effective. And then you could see that Techno could push out farther, wider, and push them back.
Gonna try to flash up the ramp as the MongolZ sit on the brink of a win here. It is still the double entry.
Okay.
Of all the things that have suddenly gone wrong for Mouz, it makes sense that an all-in rush last round falls flat. Absolutely tested here by MongolZ. The Opper now in between the two T's. He's going to be pressured from the other side of it, and Brolin's going to extend this deep into spawn, guaranteeing this game keeps giving.
Okay, yeah, they fought hard for that one, right up into B, and as I mentioned, Brolin, maybe that is the key factor if he's going to be having openers like that.
Mouz are still in this. Trying to cool off a red-hot MongolZ. Back to the cave push. Techno finds a fly.
Oh, man, he just doesn't stop.
Easy double kill for him. Absolutely taking over, nearly catching up to Mzinho. But the saving grace of Mouz, they at least find this bomb site vacant.
Oh, and now they're slowing down their own plant because they missed their smoke. They're trying to be so careful.
Is the CTs are still so far away that this is their chance to just get your hands back on guns. Torzy will fall back towards main, and the MongolZ will be tasked with a 5v3 retake for map 1 win. Xerxin goes deep and connects, and he shaves off the one player that was on his own. Because of this movement, because of MongolZ going 3 deep over towards main, Torzy is in a world of hurt, and he doesn't even know it.
Okay.
Or is it them that now have that chance to swing back? Great cover offered up from Xerxin, and a 3v5 post plant for Mouz.
Oh, that's such a great position where Xerxin is holding the right side. Torzy can freely op either one, and he takes some easy duels. That's beautiful. Luckily for them, it's not Techno with the AK, but it is Senzu, and we have yet to see Senzu activate. 6 and 13.
Instant gush. He's lucky to be alive. He doesn't even have a helmet. We get this perfect push out from Xerxin, alleviates all the pressure, or most of it. Techno is over on B.
How is he still alive?
Comes out from the cave, down to 11 health. He is doomed at this point. Impossible situation put forth by the pistol. The X Factor is undeniable.
And now he's looking for a full reroute. He's running this rotation. 2 Ts dead in the sight.
Techno is having a round into the AK, deep peek to the site, finally dropped.
Both spotted?
Zinho's 5-7 also hits the dirt.
What?
And Mouz's hearts pounding in their chests to the tempo of Techno's attempt.
Oh, that's incredible, man. This time there's no spawn for him to try to duel. But he still makes his way out. Techno goes down. You think you need him.
Hell of a time for Shuhei to get one over in the cave play. We saw the value of the Xerxin Red Room push 1 round ago, and he's trying to put it in position yet again. Utility comes out, and the flash is good. Shuhei doubling down as Mouz on the brink of OT will chase him all the way. Brolin deep.
Oh my God, they've done it. They actually managed to bring it to overtime in a game like this that looked like tragedy after tragedy.
So much X Factor sprinkled into that first half. But Mouz, hang on.
I actually can't believe my eyes. Look at the difference in play right now.
Dude, trying to dogpile this avenue of attack that Xerxin has utilized so often. 9-10 versus Torzy, and he gets one pulled over. But the chase is on. Instantly, out from A main, Xerxin hits that headshot in a moment. Deep peek into the donut. He'll find it. It's a late play from Shuhei. Again, being a nuisance for Techno in back-to-back rounds, but maintained by Senzu. And we get Xerxin so deep into the donut that Zinho's attempt to push out finds nothing. Even flanks upon flanks as Brolin keeps options open with the mid-health.
Oh, they've really opened up. Suddenly, the aim's getting a whole hell of a lot better.
And poor Senzu sitting on a horrible half in total contrast to the rest of the elimination stage. It's a clutch attempt queued up. 3 Ts lie ahead of him, and as he peeks out forward, down he goes. Xerxin continues to stamp his name on Ancient.
And is this the first lead for Mouz in the game so far? As we get into overtime, here's a chance.
We see them pull this out more commonly in overtimes than anywhere else, and it is a good time to get 9-10 unleashed. Deep a main peak with a maintaining of the mid-play from Zinho.
Yeah, that's Torzy out again. Another 5v3 here in favor of the Mongols. But these low numbers plays.
Good pressure.
Oh, good flashes, but they don't catch Xerxin. They don't even know how far he got out.
I think 9-10 saw him. I think 9-10 got a glimpse of that before he exited.
Oh, okay.
He's very wary of that close play, but the flank gets caught.
Swung the smoke. Bomb is not out yet.
But this late play from Brolin.
They have to have the smoke come down for CT, but it's really poofy. It allows for a default cross. They're walking it back. Xerxin makes no...
Good pressure from Donut. Zinho comes and clears him. CT's not wanting to give up this site at all.
They made a mistake.
Deep angle maintained by JimFat. You got 50 seconds to piece this one together, and they're going to put Brolin over top. And as 9-10 floats around in this bomb site, there is a chance that Brolin can step forward, clear Donut, but the shadow spotted, and that's all he needs to see.
Yeah.
That gives 9-10 further opportunity to lock this round down. Still, no chance out for Jimmy to exit. You've got players all over trying to bait the shot from 9-10, cold as ice. He waits, and he waits, and he will lock this in with certainty. 9-10 immovable in bomb site this round.
Oh, man. Yeah, half the job is just getting him out of mid. They would have loved to pick him up with that frag.
Zinho's going to come climb up. He's blinded, spotted out. That cues Shuhei to peek out, but he's worried about Techno. Can they pull their pieces off the mid-play?
This is so scrappy, the way they're playing against each other. They know exactly how they're approaching these situations. The flashes have been excellent for the Mouz, but now they're starting to get caught off themselves.
Brolin trying to be the saving grace. Oh, right into the secondary op in Senzu.
Really loosened up on that play. You know, 3v5, I think he thought, let's give it a shot.
Chimpat's going to find a floating player bottom mid. Is that the saving grace for Mouz to take the edge in OT? Another fight queued up for Jimmy, but dinked and still able to tear another player off. That bomb is in an open rotation to just move over to the A site, which is currently unoccupied.
Yeah, wouldn't be hurt either. You can see Techno swinging the wrong way. Senzu holding inside of Cave, and it looks like it'll be a 2v1 retake here for Torzy. Torzy, Mouz need this.
There's nobody in sight to hold him back. There's no CT to make a mistake before retake needed, and he wants a little more control.
He thinks there's somebody here.
Could he catch him in rotation? Techno, he's stampeding in. This is a full picture for Torzy. Oh, he mishears it. And he thinks he's still tucked up towards red, scopes and gives it up. He is not getting bested by Torzy in the head-to-head op as they met in the last map.
So they know exactly what's happening right now, and it comes down if they flash elbow, he pushes through.
Finds it clear.
Yeah, and now with the K push comes through, and they watch it. Yeah,
beautiful
they
support.
know what's happening. Uh-oh.
Missed utility here for Zershin, trying to give himself a chance to leave. He'll bring a player with him. It's not ideal, but it is still something to work with. And we get this instant allocation of Torzy towards mid. He will see nothing but smoke. His own teammates smoke. Tor's hunting for this kill is just perfect.
They just get away.
Oh, but as he climbs up, now Brolin's going to be breathing down their necks.
The bomb is coming.
Neither T turns. It's perfection. The clock plays to the hands of Mouz, and it's them that go hunting.
Oh man, they were hoping for that same play, but sooner. They're a little bit lighter on mid this time, actually.
Shuhei maybe peeling back, and they think they can creep in. Yeah,
right. All three.
And he doesn't even blink. No smirk, no smile. It is all business for Shuhei in the 3K.
That had to be some incredible read. Why did MongolZ think that cave was wide open? How did Shuhei know that they were simply going to walk into it? Because he didn't put any pressure down.
I think it's the number of times that we had seen that forward push from Mouz. How many times has Shuhei walked through that smoke and tucked inside the corner?
It's wild. No mid-pressure at all from Mouz as well. Woo. And now they have a chance to close this map out. That's the best round so far.
And there is nobody to attack this from elbow. It is an all-in B hit. It is going to be Brolin to have his hands full, and he continues to lessen those health bars before he sees a thing. And so as they begin to charge in, Brolin brings a second with him. Mouz will swarm. It is the team play. It is the pack of players that step forth. Ramp player down at the hands of Mouz. Your 2v4s be damned. Mouz find map 1.
Skin Club, make the right choice.
With major semis on the line, who cracks under the spotlight?
Yeah, we'd love to talk about how much pressure plays a factor and whatever on this map, but in terms of who's supposed to win this map, like who was supposed to win Ancient, this time it's supposed to be Mouz, and they have already done the unlikely. So, Techno, are we going to get back-to-back outstanding performances? Are they going to stand the test of Brolin like we saw? These are the questions we've got to ask ourselves. And it's clean. Starting off, not too bad.
Yeah, so it was. Brolin has some sort of a response. But quickly, Senzu out from Decon door, interrupts him as he's trying to throw that smoke out, and that was the bomb to boot. Everything comes crumbling around the Mouz entry because it is yet again killer execution from the pistols of the Mongols. Shuhei will try his damnedest to reclaim footing here, but why stick around and vent when you can run towards your teammates and bomb?
Techno with the great map, but then Senzu without one, any floor at all in that game. And so what happens now?
Don't give it to him. Don't you dare.
Jumping for the headshot. Peek comes out, 9-10, trying to dissuade him from peeking out. And will he find Techno? Shuhei, he knows he's over here.
He waits. Love the flash, just trying to boil more time off that clock. Clock's getting empty. Don't you dare.
I want to dissect that situation. Nice try. It won't be the sort of clutch late round decision making.
Mongols were able to take him down out of the gate.
So how well can they call a timing? If you double up ramp and Exertion's out for this lurk, it's totally fine. And they will get some
clean one.
Yeah,
9-10
out of this.
Instant headshot. We've got MP9 top box. And it just frees up your M4 to take that extra flagrant duel. Go ahead, give up a kill. Let them come forward to the SMG.
Xerxin doesn't have a door or window broken open here, so he can take all the space, but he can't really join up with them super quickly. Let's see if he can time this with another bit of noise.
Zeno still chomping at the bits to get into the action. 9-10 not giving them anything to really pull on, so that does allow for them to focus top box, and that's what's going to allow for the trade to come through. Then 9-10 clears both.
And suddenly...
Xerxin comes up from downstairs with the trade frag back. He's got 30 seconds to recover what seems and is indeed an unwinnable round.
Okay, I mean, it's amazing hold from that boosted position for the Mongols, and they'll go up 3-0. Ancient started off 5-0 as well. We saw that Mouz still were able to recover.
Oh, fight from Senzu. Damn, right into it, and a recovery out of Techno. So where there's one, there's more. That's how the Mongols work.
They can sense the upper pop coming, getting into better spots, top hut. And I don't know if this comes to a walkout squeaky. We've got Brolin on the only Molotov, so Mzinho's position is quite strong right now.
But he's got to look at the right side of this at the right time, because Techno's about to be busy with the main fight as well. Doesn't look like Blitz is going to peek from secret. Shuhei comes in. Ooh, it's great timing, but it gets away. Mzinho's got cover up from heaven, moves from 9-10.
Great trades.
And that peel back from that forward position of ramp, maybe they're thinking there's not a player to be added just yet. Shuhei could have alleviated a lot of pressure in that situation.
It's a key moment for Shuhei.
Love this reposition from Blitz, and the fact that it's a double up, it's a pretty heavy commitment from MongolZ. Really opens ramp, which for now Mouz have continued to ignore. Fast route from Brolin denied. And Xerxin's not able to pounce immediately. Oh, scroll jump.
Oh, man.
Gets away from him still. There is a moment here for Torzi. It's not dead yet. We got a live wire outside, and we've got 9-10 down beneath, clipped by Xerxin. CT's coming at them, waiting from Yimi. Pays off, and it falls onto the shoulders of Senzu, who does have a chance to at least fight Jimpat first in a moment once this smoke fades. It's not the ideal fight for him, and he will still falter.
Okay.
9-10 getting away from what felt like Xerxin losing his grasp on the moment. I wouldn't blame Mouz if they start to play into a later ramp.
No, but they've got no secret player right now. Not looking to join up downstairs. Upper pop coming their way, and they've committed into ramp slightly, but they have the pieces up here.
Senzu hangs on from the rafters, loses the player in sight. They will both fall empty-handed, but Blitz.
Okay, Brolin.
Popped by Brolin as he bounds through sight.
This will be a quiet save for the Mongols, and with the money left over, they'll be happy to keep this to an op if they can, but never mind. Good night.
Kickoff rounds downstairs. But they make contact with that player outside heaven. Xerxin decides to peel back towards red for a moment, and those smokes fade now outer for Mouz. There's still a chance for them to claim some territory. Blitz is going to be calling that he's getting split. It's a half-ass clear from Brolin, and it's going to cost them one of the two opening riflemen for Mouz. Jimpat buying time, missed timing, but he's going to go in hard clear Techno, and he'll sweep him off of that A site. It's man advantage now in the hands of Mouz. It's an MP9 trying to move forward and claim this.
Always a question of how far has Xerxin gotten, and Mzinho is just as careful as Jimmy.
At the same time as the op picks up one, 9-10 gets that man advantage back in the hands of MongolZ. But Mouz, shoulder to shoulder.
Two more layers here, and Mzinho is going to walk back into this. This is his opportunity to get traded. Lots of timing involved in this, and he finds a perfect timing.
Oh, still, Tech9 sweeps him out of this round with 30 seconds to the clock.
Torzi in the 1-on-2. No rotations. Oh, one rotation lower in Senzu.
Already down on windows, but still allowing him to cross over. Molly at the feet could get Senzu out of position. Torzi's going to be exposed to the single door. 9-10 wastes no time, swings it open, guns him down, and posts MongolZ 7th.
It's been a relatively fruitful CT side. Now they've had some parity here. They've lost a couple of rounds, but MongolZ right back to winning. And it's all about these lurker support here for Mouz.
Ooh, that's going to open it, but Zershan slips through in the perfect timing. He's managed to get by two, slides into Senzu.
And he's going back out.
Slips back outdoors, trying to zone what he knows to be contact.
Oh my
it's
goodness.
A wonderful SMG spray. Mzinho, on the other half of the map, his teammates getting peeled apart by a single player, and he draws that line in the sand. Going back in for thirds, that's what's going to cost him. And so man advantage established here for Mouz. Zershan faking maybe that he would slip away downstairs, 9-10, not concerned about the corners. That is what comes back to haunt him, and they just immediately pounce in onto an A site where Techno has to find timing, but won't. It is a headshot out of Torji, and a beautiful mid-round here from Mouz. Mzinho almost throws all of that up in the air.
Definitely, I mean, it's a beautiful moment for exertion.
Zershan has been just constant on pressuring the base of heaven. Oh, spotted.
Always spotted, but that's only half the job with him.
And he knows, of course, that there's a player in here, won't be able to do a damn thing about it. And so young Mzinho keeps the pressure up on Mouz. That's the rifle found. That's one gun. The one gun now hits the ground as Brolin returns the favor, replacing exertion, trying to keep that tempo and pressure and pace up through heaven. Bodies confirmed downstairs. Torzi hits a wall bang of all things. And now suddenly you have an issue if you're MongolZ, because in a moment's notice, Brolin could barrel upper.
Surely this comes back to Mini, right? If they're rotating below and he doesn't see anyone going back upstairs, they can walk out on Techno. And they're starting to head in this direction. 2 rotations lower means this is a great call for Mouz.
I do like the Techno tucks into Hut, though.
But they probably just, well, just thinking about it.
Smoking off the vent, the squeaky door. It's going to put more pressure on Techno to bring somebody down with him. He will. Instant headshot. He keeps it as clean as he can, but it was a massive ask. And then that insurance policy of Brolin upstairs. He will sit above the bomb. Give cover when needed. Jimpat to make contact. That's a huge deke from Blitz. That is what reopens this round.
Barely let go of the ladder.
And we've been calling for his moment. Absent across Ancient. In these kinds of high-pressure situations, Blitz needs to deliver. And now he's going to have to finish this on his own 40 health and sidelined by Torji. Mouz will reclaim momentum in this half with 5 of the last 6 rounds.
Super solid recovery in 5 rounds T-side. That's definitely fine for Mouz. An overtime loss on Ancient. This could be the very last map that we see from him here at the Shanghai Major.
Instant attack, though, right into this A site. They're trying to set tempo. They'll lose a player over towards Vent, and then all in on ramp. Berettas with backs turned to it. Hell Peak comes in a moment. It is good cover. Techno is able to punish Exertion, who tried to come through, but Jim Hat maintains downstairs. He goes into this final fight. Techno, 1v3, that's what's asked of you. And he will open with the frag on Jimmy with so much time to clutch.
And there have been some amazing moments from Techno, but how many can we get?
Turns back behind him and will find no contact. CT's creeping outwards. Torzi, did he see that?
I think.
Was spotting legs.
Yes.
Seems very convinced that he knows now where the position's at. And so while Techno thinks he is being sneaky and slipping away, he's going to have to check it at the right time. But now the jig is up. And as he confirms one player ramp, he'll take his chance. He will charge down this A site, going for the backside plant, hoping that there's no one heaven. Not the case. Brolin, with execution, puts Mouz one away.
Yeah, so it's the ramp hold. They have 2 there waiting for it. They catch Mzinho trying to get down the vents, bullet to the back of the dome.
We'll see how many bodies they throw behind this. Zershan always good for a lineup, and there he goes, connecting onto Blitz. Now calling from the sideline as garage control is taken over here by MongolZ. Mzinho had so many fights from hell, and he gets one, blindsided. It takes a second, though, an extra second that opens the door for Torji's trade. And the main player looking to take a bit of a fight if needed outside.
Great support here from Torzi, and he's looking for blood now. There's no more smokes outside. They're starting to peel back out of this, and they actually do evacuate safely, but it's a 3-on-4.
Such little to work with here for MongolZ. To have to be turned away from all of that commitment outer, to do it without a hook in the side of an A split. Back down to 2 squeaky, 1 hut. And problematically, you've got Brolin ready to go when needed. Shuhei cuts down the first. Does Senzu dive? No, won't get that chance. Shuhei's got himself a second, and Techno exposed to the main play. Mouz's positioning is too good, and they don't get unrooted. Yeah. MongolZ have lost their lead.
They have lost the lead, and Exertion, look at the game he's recovered into after this 5-round loss.
Cool. You give Torzy a chance. He won't always miss. Senzu could be sitting on a silver platter. Clean. Sure enough, he is.
Oh, Senzu had a nightmare of a series so far. Can MongolZ figure this out? Mouz are so pervasive on this map. Play with tons of information. Small chances to win. There's a duel one.
Torzy on this gap of an angle hangs on. And as he does, oh, the timing gets away. The pressure's into A, and they clear the Hut player. Brolin, it's your time. It's his chance. And it gets taken away, but the heaven swing from Jimpat's great. Greatness denied.
Oh.
9-10 makes the difference. Woo. And the MongolZ have an answer.
You know what? That's a close call, but actually not too bad from the MongolZ. Like, they obviously win that round by a hair, but even being able to do that is pretty impressive, especially with the start to the round that we had.
Golden opportunity here for the MongolZ to tie, and they will, while blind, find the opening kill.
One more time.
And he won't fade away. No, he keeps that pressure up. Down the vent he'll go, unnoticed, if I had to bet.
Yeah, if they don't call this timing, it's possible they just walk down after him, but now after some time has passed, you think, no. They can go for the walk on lower and Exertion.
He will peek.
Oh, he will.
How about that? Opper found to be out in the open.
God.
That's bomb dropped at 50 seconds. A second player confirmed, but what this does is it starts to unravel your lower control. We see Senzu try to come up from secret or have a teammate join him.
They desperately want to get that bomb back. Mzinho might be able to find a way into this, but
Senzu's been cleared out, but like you said, did they cover the timing? The sound downstairs, this position from Jimmy is huge. And yeah, they're very wary, holding for the ramp flank. Timing, he spots him, but turns at the worst moment, and Mzinho comes through.
He knows.
But the round's not won, 20 to the clock, and that bomb still needs to be scooped back up. Shuhei, who has been a nuisance from top Hut, owns this A site. The peak is there, but the MP9 prevails, and it is Mouz to double digits.
And Mzinho's frustrated, but he shouldn't be frustrated with himself, man.
5 kills deep here, 18 rounds into map 2. They're gonna go for the fast rush. Into the A site, they'll dive. Down the vent, a problem already served up. Can Jimmy do it again? He will put the smoke up. The MP9 spray is great in terms of damage, but there's no follow-up. There's no move here from Torzy that should be able to hold them back, and with vent already controlled, this is tough.
They can go ahead and try to clear out vent if they want to. They know 9-10 has gotten control of this, but he's not like a massive threat at the moment. He just slows him down. So.
Exertion signing up for the fight. Pistol inside of the vent. Oh, he turns!
Somehow.
And as Senzu gets cleared out, the vent player also falters. This was the MongolZ fighting fire with a fast round downstairs. Huge gamble, huge risk, and a massive payoff for Blitz that just can't be maintained. It's taken away, and Mouz 2 from the win.
Yeah. Another great chance here for the MongolZ.
Senzu again put into a position for action. Exertion spots both, and in that moment, the MongolZ combine for an opening kill. And that vacant A-bomb site to just bolster both outer and ramp. Mouz trying to play the perimeter here. Keep that trade potential high. The lineup's fantastic, but it's just not there. Brolin, 1 kill, and Senzu has the action. In an instant, slicing through that defense. We called for him to step it up at a 2K at a critical juncture. A 2v4 left to unfold here for Mouz, and they will slip Blitz away. Do they take their chance?
They're teaming with confidence right now. And not overpouring with utility, but have a little bit. Jimmy is looking for a route up into heaven, but I don't think there's any way in which they can try to go for this.
And you're 4v5 again.
Again, these timing spams.
Yep, they've been good. Jimpat doesn't fancy his chances sticking around inside of ramp, understandably, as a 4-player pack from MongolZ pushing through. And the Blitz flank through Garage.
Yeah.
Xerxin seems wary and Torzi remains tucked. But there is still a moment of timing here. Oh, that's killer from Blitz.
Surely Torzi turns and gets this easy frag. Blitz, will he clear this? Whoa, he's holding for this position.
Torzi can't move the moment downstairs. We've got critical fights, but they peek one at a time. And still, 9-10 and Senzu come out with the double kill to control.
It's a 2v2, but a 2v1 and lower. Shuhei's over here on control side.
Yeah, slips down towards the double doors being held here. Up as he swings. Oh, that box saves the day of the planter. Still Shuhei able to deal with the player on the cover first. 9-10 dead. Mouz maintain control of lower sight. Those 2 kills in control out of Jimmy set up these CTs to clean sweep what's left, and it's 3 match points for Mouz.
They didn't think about any possibility for someone to be in control, and they got punished for it. A chance to go for that 2-for-1 trade.
Top 4, nearly always the end of their road. And the hype around the Mongols is indeed real, but the variation in play that we have had in Mouz throughout this CT half proves that the Mongols were always going to fight this uphill battle, and they needed Senzu to lead that charge. He was the consistency of this Mongols run. This unthinkable attempt to win in Shanghai has suddenly come crumbling down around them. Techno has put forth his best showing to begin this series on Ancient. Nuke always felt like it was in Mouz's back pocket, exceeding all expectations as the conversation about form now comes to a pinnacle, a peak at the end of the season where we now end with majors. The Mongols have had their moments, but that moment comes to the end by the hand of Mouz. In the battle of the young blood, Mouz show thicker nerve.